Hi, guys. Welcome. Hi, my name is Tom Stewart, and thank you for joining me tonight. I want to talk about gratitude primarily tonight. So, first, I'd like to introduce myself. Again, my name is Tom, and I am a nurse practitioner as well as a transformational mindset and life coach. Completed a nurse coach training program recently, and I'm excited to get out there and start teaching the things that have made a huge difference in my life, as well as helping people embrace the opportunities to change their own life going forward. So, want to go ahead and get started with a moment of mindfulness. So, we're going to do a gentle body scan. So, I'd like you to join me, closing your eyes, sitting up nice and tall. Begin to take slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. We're going to start at our feet. And I'd like you to check in with your feet and your legs, relax the muscles, and just tell your body thank you for carrying you as you go about your day. And we'll come up to our legs and our hips. And again, thank you for carrying the weight of the world on my legs, my hips, my feet. Next, let's check in with our belly. As you breathe in deeply, let your belly expand as you fill it full of air. And then exhale. Now up to our chest, where our lungs expand fully. And we tell our chest, thank you for breathing life into me today. As we continue to move up, let's check in with our shoulders and our arms. Again, relaxing and appreciating. Thank you for helping me do the work that needs to be done today. And finally, up to our head and our mind. Thank you for guiding me here today. We'll do one more big deep breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So I want to talk about gratitude tonight, but I want to start with a time in my life when I was anything but having gratitude. I was honestly quite miserable. I would wake up, I was working nights, but I would wake up in the evening and not even want to roll out of bed because I was going to just be stuck going back into work and dealing with difficult patients, difficult family members, difficult visitors, difficult situations, one after another after another. And even on the days when I was off, I didn't want to roll out of bed because I didn't I didn't want to deal with my own mind and its negativities and just the constant flow of discomfort that I was experiencing. And it really, this persisted for a long time. And no matter what, I mean, I have a wonderful family, but no matter what they tried to do, it just didn't seem to help. And I felt miserable most of the time. And it was it was a time that I don't ever want to experience again. And I know that from hearing other nurses talk, other healthcare professionals talk, I hear how much they dread getting up and going into work and how much they just don't want to be a part of the healthcare community anymore because every moment is painful and stressful. And I just want to recognize that I've been there. I've seen that. I've been there. I've done that. I don't want to go back. And so I have found some techniques and some tips that have made this process a whole lot better. And honestly, today I welcome challenges when before I used to run away from them. And now don't get me wrong, I don't want to be overwhelmed constantly with new challenges, but I do like to be able to experience and grow through the challenges that I face rather than trying to hide from them. I just recall being miserable and all I wanted to do was be completely challenge free. No challenges, no pain, no discomfort. And the only time that happens is when there is no life. Life is full of challenge, discomfort, and pain, but it's also full of beauty and wonderful, everything wonderful that can be. So the number one thing that I can recall off the top of my head that took me from that place of misery and darkness to where I'm at now, that got me on the path of, you know, personal development was reframing those challenges through a lens of gratitude. So gratitude is giving thanks. So it's giving thanks for what you have, the wonderful things in your life, your health, your possessions, your wealth, your whatever it is that you have. But what a lot of people don't recognize is even in our worst moments, thankfully, we still have things to be grateful for. And so some of the gratitude practices that are out there to help us get into this mindset of appreciation more often are things like gratitude journals, affirmations, maybe a gratitude mantra, writing a gratitude letter, either to yourself or to someone you are grateful for, taking a walk slowly and mindfully, using your senses to look around, see what's around, hear what's around, smell what's around, and express gratitude and thanks for being able to do that. And so a few of those practices that I like to use are the gratitude journal. I don't do this every single day, but I like to write down several things I'm grateful for of a morning and an affirmation about how I plan to show up today or whatever day I'm using this. Um, for example, like today, I my affirmation was I am going to be grateful for the opportunity to speak about gratitude. It's corny, but it really has pulled me through the day and gotten me to the point where I'm excited and thrilled to speak about this avenue of personal development that's really changed my life for forever. So, and also with many gratitude journals, there's an app on the phone and also a very common printed gratitude journal where you list 3 things you're grateful for every morning, an affirmation, and then in the evening, 3 things that went really well for you throughout the day. And if I recall correctly, the name of that app is called the 5 Minute Journal. And it's a really concise, a really brief way of capturing, even when things aren't going the best, of capturing the moments that you savor and that you are grateful for, and capturing your wins throughout the day, whether they be fantastic, magical, wonderful wins, or I made it through that meeting, I made it through that challenging patient, I made it through that day, and I'm grateful to come out on the other side. So the 5 Minute Journal is a wonderful tool to capture your gratitude. And then an additional gratitude practice down the line is you can even go flip through and read a few of those entries and reflect on what you were feeling grateful for at that time in order to feel those experiences all over again. So I just love the numerous ways that we can take advantage of reminding ourselves what we have to be grateful for. It's not just for Thanksgiving, guys. It's not just once a year when you go around the table and say what you're thankful for. Everyone always says, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for, this or that, or my job, my car, my, whatever. But when you really take a moment to understand the hundreds and hundreds of things, physical things, body, mind, spirit, goals, hopes, dreams, desires, all of these things that we hold on to, all of these things that we have to be grateful for. So, and then affirmations is another good way of expressing our gratitude. If we pick an affirmation or 2 for the day to say to ourselves throughout the day, or better yet, act like a fool, look like a fool, whatever, just yell them out loud. I'm grateful to be able to talk about gratitude today. So our affirmations can keep us connected to that part of us that is grateful for our opportunities. Next, I wanted to talk about some of the research studies I found when I was looking at gratitude as a topic for discussion. I wanted to show that there's science behind this practice. It's not all just woo-woo. It's not all just positive thinking. There's actual published literature, and I'll have the links to the studies available in the posting, so you guys can check them out if you want. But some of the benefits of a daily or a regular, I would say a routine gratitude practice on our mental health, we've got a couple of them. We've got reduced symptoms of depression. So there's a study published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology found that individuals who practice gratitude regularly overall experienced lower levels of depression and greater overall life satisfaction. And then a secondary study in psychological science shows that The participants who kept the gratitude journal reported higher levels of positive emotions, increased life satisfaction, and improved overall mental health compared to those who focused on their daily hassles. So practicing gratitude on a regular basis can enhance our well-being and our mental health. Additionally, there are some stress reduction effects. So a study in the journal called Health Psychology found that gratitude can lead to a reduced level of cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And this finding suggested that cultivating gratitude can help mitigate the body's stress response. It can help tamper down that cortisol level, which does all sorts of things to get us amped up and hyped up. It raises our glucose. It prepares us to be in fight or flight. And simply practicing gratitude can reduce the physiologic effects of stress on our body. It can help to calm us, to regulate us, and to relax us. I think we could all use a little extra relaxation when we're at work, right? Some extra stress reduction. So something as simple as jotting down 3 or 4 things that you're grateful for and saying an affirmation to yourself can take less than 2 minutes, and pair that with a couple of deep breaths, a deep cleansing breath in through your nose, expanding your abdomen, and then slowly exhaling through your nose. Little longer on the exhale than on the inhale. You pair those two, and a 2-minute moment of peace can change your entire outlook, and it can downregulate your body's physiologic responses to stress. So gratitude can also help with coping mechanisms. So it's been shown to enhance resilience and help individuals better cope with stressors. This came from a study published in Personality and Individual Differences. Yeah, that's the name of the journal, Personality and Individual Differences, highlighted that grateful individuals used more adaptive coping strategies, such as seeking social support and problem solving. Sorry, thirsty. So continuing on, we find that gratitude can enhance our overall well-being. One way it can help contribute to better sleep. So research in the journal Applied Psychology, Health and Well-Being found that individuals who practice gratitude reported improved sleep quality and longer duration of sleep, which are both crucial for overall health. And some additional health benefits include a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology revealed that grateful individuals are more likely to engage in healthy activities such as exercise, regular checkups, which contribute to overall physical well-being. But really, one of the places I've found it to be most impactful on gratitude practice to be most impactful is on strengthening social connections and relationships with others. So many of you guys who are watching this know that I've been more intentional about social interaction and connection with it, authentic connection with people, because it's that connection with others that really helps to determine our overall quality of life. And practicing gratitude can strengthen those relationships. Research has shown that expressing gratitude can strengthen interpersonal relationships, which is linked to better mental health outcomes. A study in the journal Emotion found that expressing gratitude fosters feelings of closeness and increased relationship satisfaction. And then there's another study here in Psychological Science that indicated that the benefits of gratitude can have lasting effects on well-being, with participants maintaining higher levels of positive emotions and lower levels of negative emotions for months after practicing gratitude. And yeah, I was the most intentional I've ever been with practicing gratitude was probably about a year and a half ago. Now, I try to incorporate this frequently, maybe don't do it every single day, but frequently throughout the week. I take those moments of gratitude and I'm trying to make it a daily practice because I know how powerful it is. But about a year and a half ago is when I really saw the power of gratitude at work. And this was when I took part in I guess a Facebook group where a coach that I work with was reading chapters from a book called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, Byrne. It's called The Magic. And this person would read each chapter of the book once per day, and I would watch and then read along in usually my Kindle, but I also had it in paperback and I had it in audio form. So I like to duplicate my ways of taking in information. So each day I would watch the video and read along, usually in my Kindle, to each chapter of this book. And the way the book was set up is it had different daily activities, different daily challenges, but the overall overarching structure and support was each day, at the end of the day, you needed to journal 10 things you were grateful for. But the real caveat, the real trick, the twist in the story is you could not reuse anything you had already journaled that you were grateful for. And so every day of this month-long journey was another 10 items, concepts, people that you would be grateful for. And let me tell you, after about 4 or 5 days of this, it started to become a little more challenging to think of what else to document that I was grateful for. But I think that's when the magic started to really hit is once I got past the initial 40 or 50 things that most of us can just pull out of the air if we needed to say that we're grateful, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, grandparents, friends, individual people. And then you start getting into day 8, day 9, where you're at 80 or 90. Not all of us have that many people in our lives that we're exceptionally grateful for. So it really got me thinking outside of the box. And that's where this practice of gratitude really took hold for me was not only was I having to think of things I wouldn't ordinarily think of as being grateful for, but I also continued to think through the things that I was more aware of being grateful for to see if I've already taken note of them, to see if I've already written those down. And so, in a way, every day I was reviewing the 110, 120 different things I had already written, plus thinking about those people, situations, events, things. And I'm not going to lie, I made it to day 18 and then the person stopped doing the videos and I stopped doing this on a daily basis. But the fact of the matter stands that even making it 18 days into this practice with this book, literally 180-degree trajectory change on my life. I went from feeling negative and down and like things were meaningless to realizing the multitude of things that I can be grateful for. And even in the hard times, even in the challenges, I still had all of these things to be grateful for. And then once I overcame a challenge, that became another brick in the toolbox. It became another brick in that wall that I could look to and say, I'm grateful that I overcame this. I'm grateful for that challenge because it taught me something. I'm grateful for what I went through because I was able to grow from that process. And so the this project, the magic, and the 18 days I spent doing that literally shifted my entire life. I would not, definitely not be on here making this video for you guys if I had not experienced the power of gratitude to this level. So I forgot one thing about the book, The Magic. So somewhere around day 3 or day 4, you find your gratitude rock. I think I found this out in my front landscaping, or it might have been one of the rocks that my daughter brought home from school. I'm can't really recall, but the one of the practices after you reach that section in the book is you would hold your rock at night before you go to bed and say thank you for all of the things that you were grateful for. And so I still have this rock a year and a half later sitting at my bedside at all times. So that's what the power of gratitude, that's what the practice of gratitude has given for me. And starting with gratitude, I've been able to harness other areas of personal development and just really have not only gone through a giant transformation myself, but I've really been called and felt pushed to help other healthcare professionals, especially, but really it's applicable across all professions because everyone is dealing with intense amounts of stress and intense amounts of burnout in today's world. And I just I know that I've been through it. I know that there are ways to progress forward, and I'm just called to help others. So if there's any way that I can help you, please let me know because I just want to be of service. I would hope that maybe you could send this video to some other people or invite them into my community in school. So other people can learn along with us the different personal development techniques that have allowed me to go from that miserable, horrible person who didn't want to get out of bed, at times didn't even want to be alive, to the person who is driven to help improve the life of others. So thank you guys for watching, and reach out to me if there's anything I can do to help.